So I was thinking, I was not always the best mother, but I always tried like hell. I made mistakes when the kids were younger, but I always fought for them. I did Incredible Families. I attended Mark Gwynn's victim domestic violence classes. Demetrius was supposed to attend the 52 week, and he went to one class. They read through all these reports, and I was reading. They read through all these reports, and half of this stuff is opinions. Half of this stuff is stuff that has to be put in a report based on what people have told a social worker. I've read the reports where it says, the mother has not completed these classes yet. I have paperwork sitting right here in front of me where I signed up for the classes and never missed a beat. Like, I was there. You don't just get your kids back because you do nothing. But Demetrius was able to ruin my reputation enough and said I did nothing to just take them from me and say he cared way back when. That's not how it works. Jaden's behavior was terrible at W.D. Hall Elementary when he lived with Melissa. They were attending, I'm reading, your son Jaden Calpe currently attends W.D. Hall Elementary on an inter-district transfer, and reviewing his record, standards of the contract have not been met. He immediately displayed concerning social and behavioral challenges, including throwing objects, punching the teacher and staff, and screaming inside and out of the classroom. Jaden was suspended from school on September 28th of 2016 for attempting to cause physical injury to another person. A student success team meeting was held on September 30th, 2016. His guardian at the time, Melissa Long, and grandfather, Paul Crocker, attended the meeting along with the classroom teacher and our support staff. And this goes, Jaden has continued to exhibit inappropriate and dangerous behaviors on a regular basis. He routinely throws objects, hits, yells, and runs away from the classroom. Now, this was when he was living with Melissa. When I got Jaden back and moved to Paris and moved out of Melissa's house, Jaden's behavior was great. He was the sweetest, kindest, gentlest little boy up until he got to an age where he wanted to be the boss. But in parenting classes, it specifically states that when kids get that age, they want to be the boss. They want to enforce their independence by telling parents what to do, jumping out windows, saying, I'm going to go do this regardless of what you say. And when I tried to enforce those rules, Jaden would get defensive because he wasn't getting what he wanted. And it's not that I was hurting my children. It's not that I was doing anything wrong as a parent. It's that I was not respected enough. Jaden was at that age, and we should have been able to work through those problems. Not have everybody just come in and take my kids. I was literally signing, right before they were taken, I signed up for online counseling for me and the children. I received a thick packet for us to do online counseling together so that we would be able to communicate with each other. But yet, Paris found out that I was going to move. So instead they decided, no, we're just going to take your kids so that you have no opportunity of independence as a mother. It's sad. This has been family member after family member after family member calling CPS over and over and over and over again. I have done so many classes. I have had social workers in and out of my home closing cases out because my kids were well taken care of. They were loved. And it's just the family members that were sitting there saying otherwise. If I don't want my kid to talk to you, you don't have the right to come and take my child. You don't have the right to call CPS and tell them a whole bunch of lies. They are my kids. I shouldn't have to let my kids talk to you. If I don't like your behavior and you don't know how to communicate as an adult to me and respect me as their mother, CPS should not be involved at that point. If you don't, you obviously have a no problem, Melissa. And it came down to her telling a whole bunch of lies with Paul. And because Paul's a respectable person in Paris, and he purposely did that without telling what he's been through in his past, he purposely got set up with the court systems and police and food bank and church and all of those things to create this great reputation, right? So that people would respect his word enough. And I don't feel like that's enough if you can't be honest. But my kids are my kids. And although I don't have them right now, there's going to be a choice they have to make when they get older. But what my family did was, if they had a disagreement, call CPS. If you're not letting me talk to the kids, call CPS. If you need to go to the hospital and you need help, I'm going to take pictures of your entire house and tell people a whole bunch of lies about you. It's like she compiled this bomb. Like she waited years with Paul and compiled this bomb and just waited for the moment to drop it. I'm not like that. I don't plot and scheme behind people's backs. I immediately communicate if something is wrong, and then I come to a solution. And so these are the people that I had to separate myself from. And it destroyed my life. It took my kids from me. It did all of those things because I chose to stay silent. I chose to not react when they wanted a reaction. I chose to not let my kids talk to them when they said, let me talk to my kids now. Or let me talk to your kids now. Well, they're my kids. I don't know what you don't understand about that. I gave birth. I carried those children. And I took care of them time and time again. And their behaviors reflected that. They never got in trouble in school. It was very, very, very rare. I worked closely with the principal of Jaden's school and his behaviors to change what happened in W.D. Hall. But people don't see these things. People don't ask about these things. All they listen to is Melissa talking crap on the other end. And it's like, you weren't innocent in all of this. And you did not parent those children well. And their behaviors reflected that.